Hi Curslings. Today we are taking a look at part of this Mad Mama's vlog, Mom of 12, Day in My Life, M's 16th birthday, lots of driving and shopping. Now, there's a lot to unpack in this vlog, so I've made the executive decision to break it up into separate videos so that we can just focus on one area of concern at a time. Because this vlog is a lot of concern and overall just a mood. So let's get into it, shall we? Today's area of concern occurs towards the end of the vlog when Veronica gets back from M's birthday party at a friend's house. It's unclear what time Veronica gets home. What we do know is that it was pretty late because at the party, Veronica films her second phone screen and her TikTok page, and the time reads 10:14 p.m. So I'm guessing that it must have been close to or after midnight when Veronica did finally get home. This is what she's greeted with.
Hi, honey. Hi, guys. Mother.
A bunch of young kids, including a 14-month-old, still awake. Keep in mind that Veronica's oldest, Victoria, was in the house presumably also watching these kids. She actually had a friend over during the day because it was mentioned earlier in the vlog.
You have a friend over. You should grab the Baja Blast individual drinks to share.
I'm giving her a Red Bull and she's leaving tonight.
That's the only drink she's going to be allowed all day. At least grab some Dr. Peppers.
Veronica's son, Andrew, who's 18, was also home, as were her other teenagers. Begging the question on all of our minds, why the fuck weren't these kids in bed? And listen, I get that it's the weekend, that it's summer break. I can understand why some of the littles might still be up, but not the toddler, not the baby. What the hell is going on in that house? Also, it's not lost on me that Victoria and her baby are nowhere to be seen. Funny that. You choose to live with your mother, you help her care for her kids, your siblings, but you don't make sure that your siblings, including your baby brother, who is like the same age as your daughter, are also in bed? Make it make sense, because it doesn't. The other thing that really stuck out to me in this part of the vlog was how all of those kids flocked over to Veronica.
Have you ever seen a fly dancing in the water?
Down by the bay, down by the bay. Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother would say, down by the bay, down by the bay.
Every single one of them were just vying for their mother's attention. And while I think overall that's a pretty normal thing to want to see your parent after they've been away, something about this also just kind of felt sad to me. Like they had spent the entire day waiting for Veronica to return, just waiting, like you would sitting in a doctor's office or in a liminal space. I don't know. And instead of beginning the bedtime routine because it's late, Veronica chooses to spend time with her kids, which, hey, look, I also understand this. You've been gone all day, you miss your kids, they miss you. Except it's late, and these kids aren't, winding down. They're snacking, they're playing, they're watching TV, playing video games on handheld devices, singing songs. Her 3-year-old is drinking sweet tea. I get wanting to spend time with them, but maybe while winding them down. I just multitask it a little bit. And worse, the worst part, and you can't see it because I've blurred it, but a lot of these kids look unwashed, their hair unbrushed, and none of them are in their pajamas. I would have assumed, at the very least, they would have been in their pajamas this late at night, right? Oh, no. No, not at all. And this is where I, as a mom, have a hard time connecting with what I'm seeing. Because as soon as I come through the door, after, leaving my kid in the care of someone else like my friend or my parents, I switch into mom mode. I don't care how tired I am. I don't care how frazzled or overwhelmed I am. As soon as I walk in that door, it's just a barrage of questions. When was he last changed? Did he eat? How was he? Did he sleep okay? Was there any trouble? Is there anything I need to know? And then I just start doing mom shit. I just You know what I mean? Like I start just, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how I'm feeling. He's the only concern in my mind. And once I know that his basic needs are good, then I sit down and spend time with him. And then we continue our routine. I'm not just going to sit there and ignore him. So I really have a hard time with this part. I certainly couldn't walk in that door of the madhouse at that late of an hour and see a bunch of unwashed children snacking and playing and not immediately be like, okay, what the hell's going on? We need to be winding down. Like, I couldn't. Even as a stranger, I'd be like, what the fuck? So this is weird for me. And what really, really seemed weird to me was that Veronica seemed more interested in getting her 14-month-old to walk, who's still awake after midnight, getting him to walk.
Show mommy that you can walk. Can you get up?
Then making sure if his diaper's fresh and making sure that he has a bath before he goes to bed so that he'll sleep well because baths relax you. And I don't know, putting him to bed. She's more interested in getting him to walk and calling his name and having him come over to her. That's more important to her. And it doesn't sit well with me. It just doesn't. And frankly, it hasn't sat well with a lot of people because he should be in bed. And you can tell watching that vlog that a lot of those kids, especially the littles, the younger ones, they are way too worked up to go to bed right away. Like they're going to have a hard time going down. And nothing that Veronica's doing is helping that transition. Eventually, for whatever reason, Veronica will go to her bedroom and lie down. And her toddler will follow her and crawl into bed with her. And it's sweet. It's a sweet moment. You know, I'm a toddler mom. And there are moments that I cherish, you know, cuddling with my baby. Until you remember that none of the other kids, including the 14-month-old, are in bed yet. Veronica's laying in bed, though, with her 3-year-old. All those other kids, free for all, they're still out in the main room playing and watching TV and playing video games and snacking and messing around and just causing a ruckus. But Veronica, she needs to lie down. She needs to rest. So her and her toddler hang out for a little bit in the bedroom, and the toddler rambles for a while, which I just straight up cut because it's him talking about his cancer, and it felt very intimate and frankly invasive as a viewer, as a stranger, to watch that. It was uncomfortable for me. So I just cut it, and about halfway through his rambling, Veronica hands him her second phone so that he can play games. She doesn't get him into pajamas while he's talking to her, or change or check his diaper or pull up or whatever, or even get a damp cloth to, at the bare minimum, wipe his dirty face.
I gotta wash your nose. You got dirt on your nose.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I should have gave you a bath. I'll give you a bath tomorrow. I'm tired.
Instead, she just hands him her phone. He's like 3. Nothing about this bedtime routine is what any parent that I know, anyway, would consider good, regardless of how exhausted Veronica might be feeling.
Tomorrow, I'm tired.
This is indefensible in my opinion because she couldn't even do the bare minimum here. She acknowledges it, but she doesn't do anything. And it's here that we are really, really granted an insight into how this mad mama chooses to parent her kids. We'd seen glimpses in her TikToks, enough for people to speculate about the lack of structure and routine, but this vlog really laid it all out in an unflattering way. And what we learned from it is that there is no routine. There is no structure. It's a fucking free-for-all. It's just, ugh. Anyway, eventually Veronica cuts back to the 2 younger girls who are still awake.
You two, bed. Go on, go get in your pajamas. You didn't even change like you were told. Go change and go to bed.
They want to spend time with their mom. And instead of recognizing that the girls need help to wind down too, Veronica just tells them to go to bed. Worse, she threatens them.
Go, go, go. I'm going to check. If you're not going to listen, I'm going to take away your TV.
Check what?
To make sure you're listening. Go put on pajamas and get in bed, or I'm taking away your TV.
And it's this threat.
Put on pajamas and get in bed, or I'm taking away your TV.
And others that Veronica has made and kept to these 2 little girls that we will be talking about in another video, because her parenting style, especially when it comes to these 2, it's not good. It's Yeah, it's actually kind of sad, like really sad. Finally, we get to the part of the vlog that currently has the internet upset.
Go to sleep.
What you are looking at is her 14-year-old son on the floor of her bedroom, laying on a quilt on her carpet with a baby blanket. A dirty floor, I might add. And unsurprisingly, he is also dirty and in need of a bath. And as a mother, I can't imagine putting my 14-month-old to bed on the floor, as though he was a dog while I sleep on a mattress. I just can't. It's just so degrading to that child, to that 14-month-old baby. It's horrible. Dog moms, dog parents don't even treat their dogs this badly. The worst part, and the unsurprising part, is that Veronica didn't or doesn't think that she's done anything wrong. So let's take a look at her comments under this video, because people were understandably mad. This person writes, "Every child deserves a bed to sleep in at night. This is awful. Can't even finish this video." Joke's on her though, because the video was pretty much done at that point. And this mad mama replies, "You were so dramatic. Sorry there were toys in the bed and I wasn't trying to stay up for 4 more hours cleaning and organizing before putting the baby to bed." Oh, shut up. It's the excuses with Veronica that really do my head in. I'm not gonna lie, because I just can't understand how anyone can reach their late 30s and continue to make excuses like they're like a 9-year-old would. I can't wrap my friggin' brain around it. First of all, Veronica, we're not being dramatic. You made your baby sleep on the floor, ma'am. 2, why do you need to organize the toys in the crib in order to fucking empty it? Chuck that shit on the floor and put your kid to bed. Get it done. Oh, and by the way, her reason for not using the crib seems to change with every comment, as you will see, which brings me to this comment. I feel like sometimes the comments left are meant to be constructive criticism as to a different approach you could make. Instead, you give strange reasoning behind why you choose to do certain things. As far as the baby left asleep on a blanket in a corner of the room, you could have simply layered cozy blankets or invest in a sleeping mat if you are uneasy about him falling off the bed. It just seems you're disconnected to the kid's emotional needs compared to others. I know that daily life with children can be overwhelming and exhausting, but you have to remember they never asked to be born, and kids don't naturally know how to do things without being taught and making it a routine. I'm saying this from a place of understanding, and then I apparently forgot to hit read more before I took the screenshot. So sorry, Erin. Live, laugh, toaster, bath, and all of that. Peace be with you kind of comment. At any rate, 10 out of 10. It was an A+, just really kind, well-intentioned, well-meaning, and Veronica definitely responded in a way that showed that she understood what Erin was saying. And it's more excuses. He crawls in his sleep, so a mat would do nothing. He has a bed, but there were toys in it. So why didn't you clean it the fuck out then, Veronica, instead of laying in bed with your toddler for half an hour or whatever? No one's buying the shit you're selling. Next comment. This person writes, "So why is the baby sleeping on the floor? Where's the toddler's pajamas? And why did you have M's birthday party at a friend's house? Shouldn't you host?" And looky who showed up. Honora, who sagely replies, "Her house is dirty. She doesn't want to clean..." Oh wait, that's not Honora's voice, sorry.
"Her house is fucking dirty. She doesn't want to clean it and host her fucking daughter's birthday, you cunt."
I don't think that's the reason, Honora. But whatever you say, girl. Fortunately, this mad mama would also reply writing, "Hi, Veronica here. I don't have a pool. That's why we didn't have the party at my house. Not to mention that M wanted to have fun with her friends without her younger siblings clinging to their legs. Just because we're a large family doesn't mean that my older kids are bound to their younger siblings. They're free to live their own lives." As to be expected, Honora did not have a response to that. I wonder why. Clown. Also, desperate for Veronica's attention, Honora? I could never be caught dead in her comments. I'm in her DMs. No, I'm not. Or am I? Ooh. This person writes, so you spend money on your favorites, they're talking about our kids, like $100 pants, crop tops, steak and lobster at Outback, piercings, shopping sprees, dolls, snacks, candy, takeout, etc. But can't be bothered to buy your baby a pack and play or a crib so he's not sleeping on the floor. You can put a Montessori mattress on the floor too. How is this acceptable to you? Don't you want to do better for your kids? Such a shame. And what well-reasoned response do you think Veronica made? Because I gotta give her a little credit. She is trying really hard to not argue in her comments like she tends to do on TikTok. She replies, he would crawl right off of it, so what's the point? Comfort. That's the point. Next comment. You did not just leave that baby in the dark on the hard floor to sleep. You cannot truly believe this was okay to do. Oh, Jessica, I have bad news for you. She not only does, she did. Veronica replies, better than him at roaming the house alone at 3 a.m. or falling off of my bed. Cribs don't work on toddlers who climb. Holy fuck. No, they don't, Veronica. They really don't. And as a mother of 12, you would think that you would know that when a toddler starts to climb out of their crib, that's a signal to transition them to a toddler bed or a Montessori mattress, etc. Regardless, the floor is not a better alternative to a toddler bed or a Montessori mattress, wandering or not. Besides, I thought you said his crib had toys in it. Now he's a climber, now he's a wanderer. Girl, you better keep track of your story. It's getting out of control. This person writes, questions. 1. You aren't seriously putting a baby to bed on the floor alone? Oh yes, honey. Yes. 2. You expect your children to get ready for bed on their own and punish them if they don't? She 100% does. 3. You know you have to brush their teeth? Oh, don't get me started on the toothpaste drama. 4. If you don't give them a bath, at least wash their face and hands while brushing their teeth? By the way, Hilda, these aren't questions. These are legitimate concerns. 5. Would you go to bed yourself before knowing your kids were safe sleeping? That is actually a question, and I just hit my microphone. And a good one, too. I fear the answer is probably yes, though. 6. Why do you spend so much money on your kids' birthdays and not the same amount on others? Hilda, you might as well ask why the sky is blue. Veronica replies, 1. The floor in my room is safer than the bed. I mean, technically, but your bed is pushed against a wall. Assuming you sleep on the outside edge and put a body pillow or just a stack of pillows at the foot of the bed, I think it would make do for the night. It would certainly have been better than the fucking floor, Veronica. She continues, but I'd like you to show me any other time you've seen me do that. Stop acting like this is his every night when you've seen it once. Calm down. We shouldn't have seen it at all. And you shouldn't have done it. At all. Take some fucking responsibility. 2. I do expect them to get ready for bed. I don't understand what more you think I'm supposed to be doing? Multiple question marks? I don't know. Guide them, support them, encourage them instead of threatening them, spend some fucking time with them. Just some thoughts. 3. Why can't an 8-year-old brush her own teeth? She knows how. Why can't a 38-year-old help her 8-year-old build a fucking routine? I'm just saying, you don't have to pull an Alicia Dougherty here and put toothpaste on their friggin' brushes, but you're the parent. You're responsible. 4. They get their baths in the morning. Why do they need multiple a day? Who does that? You must not have a water bill if that's what you're doing. Do you know that in Japan, bathing is done before bed? It's because the Japanese think it's super gross to go to bed dirty because you're dirtying your bedding. Why would you do that? Why would you sleep in your bedding dirty, make it dirty, wake up, shower, get dirty again, and then sleep in a dirty bed? Doesn't make sense. Also, most Western parents bathe their children before bed to relax them, to signal a routine that involves wind down, and a bath's a great way to do that, and also just to help their kids sleep better. Also, I don't have a water bill. I have an artesian well. Your girl takes as many baths as she wants. 5. I go to bed because I work there. I'm up editing videos until 4 a.m. so I can be awake by 9:30 a.m. What? Miss Ma'am. While I respect your editing skills because they're actually quite good, credit where credit's due, You really probably shouldn't be editing until 4 a.m. if it's negatively impacting your sleep and your ability to take care of your family. Also, that's not what Hilda asked, girl. She asked, would you go to bed yourself before knowing your kids were safe sleeping? Not where you work, or whether your bedroom doubles as a workspace, or how much time you spend editing, or your jacked up sleep schedule. Don't worry though, I already answered for you. 6. My spending depends on several factors, such as how much I have at that point, if that child has demonstrated that they both want and will actually take care of the things they receive. Oh God, Veronica, just quit while you're ahead. Holy fuck, just behind, quit while you're... Whatever, just... What the fuck are you saying? What do you mean when your child has demonstrated that they both want and will actually take care of the things they receive? Are you saying that the monetary value and quality of the gifts you give your children is determined by whether you think they've demonstrated enough desire for it, and then, even then, you will only give it to them if they've proven that they will take care of it? You do know what a gift is, right? Like, you're familiar with the concept of a present? Because gifts are something you give without expectation. There's no, like, conditions to a present. Making your kids prove themselves in order to qualify for a present is just nuts to me. Holy fuck. If this is how you're treating your kids to respect their things, by the way, no wonder your house is just a disaster. Because the only thing you've managed to teach them is that everything with you is transactional. Incredible. This person writes, do you feel safe overnight while the baby is sleeping on the floor? And I hope the answer is fuck no, but besties, we already know it's probably not going to be that. Veronica replies, would it be better if I put him in my bed 3 feet off the floor? Girl, you know exactly what people are asking you. Stop being so contrarian. It is a very annoying personality trait. It does nothing for you. Or, she continues, or alone in the next room. He won't stay in the toddler bed. This is safer. How? Do you not have doors in your alleged 9-bedroom house? Now, further down in this common thread, this person writes, mothers do not put their toddlers to bed on the hard floor. Agree. There is no excuse at all. Floor bed, crib, pack and play, you have finances, come on. And then this person responds, and just because she was too lazy to clean the kid's bed off too. I can't even fathom making my baby sleep on the floor just because he has shit on his bed. Girl, none of us can. And then this mad mama responds, writing to the first comment, I'm a mother, and I don't see anything wrong with him being on a blanket on the rug once in a while. Y'all are so weird. Don't gaslight us. It's fucked up what you did, full stop. You're weird. And to the other comment, she replies, lazy, you literally watched my entire day of going non-stop and expect me to spend another 4 hours cleaning and organizing? I'm gonna stop you right there, Veronica. You went shopping. You went to a birthday party where it was very super obvious that it was supposed to be with limited parental supervision. Don't worry, we'll be talking about it in another video. And then you stayed all afternoon, well into the evening, getting home super late. And instead of just moving the stuff out of the fucking way and dealing with it in the morning, you made your baby sleep on the floor. Instead of spending the entire day at a birthday party, maybe you should learn better time management. Because if you need 4 hours to make a bed usable, maybe you didn't need to be at the party for more than 4 hours. Just a fucking thought. She continues, writing, because I cannot simply move the toys. I'd have to move them to where they go. You can move them. If you can make your kids sleep on the fucking floor, you can dump some toys on the fucking floor. And since nothing was in the right place, I'd have to dump out and reorganize all the toy boxes and bins. And if I'm doing all that, I'd have to sweep and mop and do laundry and change the sheets. Oh, so basically what you should have done all day. Sometimes doing something poorly is better than doing nothing at all, Veronica. Finally, this person writes, does the baby have a pack and play for the house? And for those watching who don't have kids and might be wondering why so many people were asking about a pack and play, it's because most parents have one. It's really great for travel, for containing the tyke when they're small while you're doing like housework or for naps or just whatever. When we moved houses last fall, our son slept in his pack and play for a few days as we located all the bolts and screws for our bed, his bed, and so on. It wasn't ideal, but it made a difference because at that point, he liked to sleep sideways in our bed, kicking one of us in the face and headbutting the other. So, pack and plays. They're great. They're pretty common. I'm surprised she doesn't have one. So what did Veronica say to this? Was it more excuses? Oh, you would be so right. He has a bed, but it's full of toys, and I was too tired to clean the boys' room. We're doing a bedroom change with Andrew leaving. But I can't help but go back to my earlier questions about her teens and adult children in the house when it comes to sharing household responsibility, like caring for the littles, or in this case, cleaning. Why couldn't Andrew make sure the boys' room was ready for bedtime, or Victoria, or any of the other teens? Why is it that you, Veronica, have to be the one to clean that room and organize it? Delegate. Try it. Anyway, Veronica is still eating shit for this. People are making TikToks, there's videos, and the internet is mad at this mad mama, and rightfully so. I get that Veronica is trying to portray an honest day-in-the-life vlog, including showing the imperfect side of being a parent, the messy, chaotic reality, the highs and the lows. But as a parent who doesn't vlog, not only would I not make my son sleep on the floor, I sure as hell wouldn't film it and upload it to my channel, not in a million fucking years. Anyway, that's it for this video. We have a whole hell of a lot more to discuss about this vlog and this mad mama in general. So for the next couple of weeks, my content will hopefully be heavily skewing in her direction. There are other things that I plan to talk about and that I have in the works, but besties, I have a lot of feelings about this mad mama, and I think we need to talk about it. So yeah, thank you to everyone for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I heart you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!